Good morning, friends, and may the 4th be with you. This video, we're going to outline the assignments for basically the next 2 weeks because this project that Mrs. Kell and I have set up takes a little bit of time. So we're actually going to make it a 2-week project. For week 6 and 7, this is what you got coming in front of you. Obviously, you still have your typing due each week, 40 minutes each week, due Sunday evening. And then the project is the food nutrition project. All right. So what you're going to be doing, I'm going to go over this in more detail when we look at the actual directions for the project. But just to give you a brief kind of a recap, what you're actually going to be doing is you're going to be setting up your spreadsheet. And then similarly to what you did last week, is you're going to be researching meals, food that you routinely eat at various restaurants, and kind of figure out and learn kind of the health benefits, or the nutrition negatives of the particular foods that you like to eat. So what, if you like to go to McDonald's and get a Big Mac, what's the nutrition in the Big Mac? And you will then put that information into your spreadsheet. So that's the gist of the project and what you're doing. The reason it is set up in 2 parts is because you are creating your spreadsheet, you are setting up your spreadsheet, which we have identified as the first part of the week 6 here. And then the second part is you're actually going to be doing your research and then modifying the actual spreadsheet itself. So let's kind of take a peek at the directions. So as we have here set up as you're going to be setting up your actual spreadsheet. All you have to do, just like very similar to the other ones, is kind of follow the directions that we have spelled out for you, and put in the information and the text that we have identified for you. And we have a couple hints and clues to go through it as you go through. Now, after you have set up your spreadsheet, okay, it'll look something similar to this, okay? This is kind of what the finished product will eventually look like. Now, when you are done setting up your spreadsheet, you are going to research 5 meals, okay? And in those 5 meals, you have to pick a restaurant. Each place has to be from something from a different restaurant and a different meal. So you can't go to 5 burger joints and have 5 different burgers at 5 different spots. We want you to have something from a different meal. It does not necessarily have to be a fast food restaurant. It could be, any restaurant, but it has to have an actual meal, and actually has to have a drink. So if you look at the example that I gave you, it's McDonald's. I had the Egg McMuffin without Canadian bacon, please, no Canada, a hash brown, a sausage burrito, and a small coffee with cream. That was my meal. So I then figured out the calories, the fat, carbohydrates, cholesterol, protein, and sodium in that meal in total. Okay, so that is what my breakfast meal out was. Now, a couple things to notice. All right, as when we set up your spreadsheet, notice that there is only numbers in your cells. This is one of the biggest things we have noticed in the past, and when I've done this project, a project similar to this before, is that students will put in, like for fat, they'll put in 38 grams. I'll put the G in through the cell. You do not want to do that. I repeat, do not do that. Only numbers go in these cells. Notice that the fat grams, the G is above in the column header, and that tells me that all these are in grams. Second thing to keep in mind is people ask, where do I find these numbers? That's part of your research mentality. Go to McDonald's website. They will tell you. Go to Starbucks. Go to Taco Bell. Go to Pulp. Go to Yard House. All right, almost every restaurant will have a nutritional fact sheet on its website. And if they don't, there's a lot of other websites out there that will tell you what those nutrition fact sheets. So you kind of have to work a little bit. That is why it is a 2-week project, because we're giving you plenty of time to research any restaurant, any meal that you wish. All right, but everything that you have for that particular meal needs to be listed in that particular cell, and all of it has to be added up here together. So of my McDonald's, my Egg McMuffin, my hash brown, my coffee, and so on, this is the calories for all of those items. and so on and so forth for each thing. All right, for the regular, you're going to have 5 different meals. All right, so breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then 2 snacks in between. All right, the 2 snacks do not have to have a full menu. It's just a snack. If you notice, like I went to Pulp and got a raspberry smoothie, right? So that is my snack, and my morning snack was coffee, right? So you can tell it doesn't have to be a full meal for those morning and afternoon snacks. All right, and then this is the second part of the project in week 7, where you're actually modifying and building some more functions into your spreadsheet. This is kind of what it looks like at the end. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to Mrs. Callahan or myself. She has her office hours listed. I also have my office hours on Wednesday mornings from 8 to 9. If that is an issue, please email me and we can set up a time to go over some things. If you have questions, comments, or concerns, I hope everyone is doing well, and we'll hopefully see you in the fall very soon.